What's going on, everyone? Tyton here with another Rooster review. Alright, so we have Volume 4, Chapter 3, titled Of Runaways and Stowaways. We start off this chapter with Blake on a boat. She is out at sea, and I just want to say first off, the ocean in this episode just looks really off. It just doesn't feel right. It looks very strange, and you can definitely tell that this is Rooster Teeth's weak spot when it comes to their environmental design aspects of this series is liquids. The whole water of the ocean just looks very, very solid almost. It almost looks like an ice sheet rather than a liquid ocean. And I definitely hope that Blake gets to shore soon so we can get away from the ocean and back on land. Just because the ocean just doesn't look right. And then we see, Blake's character, and she seems to be incredibly paranoid, almost like a PTSD level of paranoia against any sound, anybody coming up from behind her. She just immediately grabs her gun and is just immediately ready for a fight. And, to be fair, there is somebody following her. You do see this guy in a robe that's very menacing, that's just kind of staring at her. And you get this nice little character development with Blake at the end of this scene where she takes her black bow off and just tosses it into the water. And, that's very, very big for Blake specifically because it took her an entire season just to get that bow off the first time in season, I want to say season 1. It was at the end of that season that she took the bow off and admitted to being a faunus. And so for her to toss away and throw that bow away, it's a big, big step for Blake. And I really like where they're going with that. She's definitely evolving as a character. And we see after that scene, after we get done with Blake, it jumps to Yang's scene. And this one was a bit off for me. It just didn't click well. It was a nice scene. You definitely see the weight of Blake's problem, the weight of Yang's problems, not Blake's problems. You see the weight of Yang's stress and her almost PTSD level of psychiatric damage. When she's sitting on the couch, she just looks defeated. She just looks like she's completely given up on everything. And even when Ty, her father, comes home, she just seems just like she's just putting on this act to stay happy for him. She just seems very she's already given up. She's just checked out and she's done. And even when even when Ty presents Yang a new prosthetic arm, she just has this moment where she's just completely. It's not that she doesn't care, but she just she's given up. She just doesn't see the point in it. And she's just given up on being a huntress and has just checked out. And yeah, I get it. She has PTSD and she's, traumatized and everything. But at the same time, I just don't understand why she wouldn't want to improve her condition with that prosthetic arm, why she denies the gift. And it seems very out of character for Yang. And I think Rooster Teeth, I don't know if they've wrote themselves into a corner with this or if they just messed up a little bit, but it just seems very strange that Yang wouldn't take the arm at the very least, just to have an extra arm, even if she was going to give up on being a huntress. It seems very strange to me. And yes, I get it. She has PTSD, but I wonder where they're going to go with this. I'm assuming that Yang will eventually take the arm and then get back out to hunting. If not mid-season, at the end of the season. I definitely hope it's by mid-season because I definitely want to see some Yang fights with that prosthetic arm. And it just seems very strange to me that this is where they're going with this character. And you see a nice jump back onto the boat with Blake, and you see this creature. At first it's just a fin that comes out of the water, and then it's the wave that hits the boat. Then you just start seeing the shadow of this creature rising out of the water. And you finally get to see what that character or that creature is. And it's probably one of my favorite Grimm designs so far. The level of detail they put into this Grimm, this water dragon Grimm, is just amazing. And the fight scene here is probably one of my favorite Grimm fight scenes in the entire series so far. I mean, better than the train scene in season 2, better than the Fall of Beacon. This fight scene with this specific Grimm, this one-on-one Grimm battle, is probably one of my favorites. It's so acrobatic and so just very well animated that it's so good. And then we finally see, the guy wearing the cape come out and reveal who he is, and it's Sun. It's Sun Wukong. I mean, yeah, I should have probably guessed that a lot sooner than I actually did. And another thing that I just now noticed that, again, is embarrassing that I just now noticed this, is the duality, or not the duality, but the contradiction between Sun and Blake, and how they are completely polar opposites in everything. I mean, Sun wears whites, blues, and yellows. Blake wears blacks, purples, and red. I mean, their colors are different. Their semblances, that's what kind of got me on this one. Something I noticed is Blake uses shadow clones, whereas Sun uses light clones. And I just like this, and it's something that just clicked in my head when I saw that. I'm like, they're complete polar opposites, and yet they're kind of like the same at the same time. And it's just, I just love these two characters, and probably my two favorite couples in this series right now. And it's a little embarrassing that it took me this long to realize the kind of connections between these two characters and how similar they are in a lot of their abilities and stuff. And so that took me a while to realize. And then we see, Sun and Blake start fighting this together, and they finally get it pinned up against a rock, and the ship's main cannon, the boat's main cannon. Oh yeah, the boat's also a gun, by the way. The ship's main cannon just blows the head off of this dragon and kills it. And then you get to see, Blake and Sun start talking a bit. And Sun has this line at the end where, he says, well, I'm coming with you because, well, I'm already on the boat. And the way Michael gives that line, the way Michael delivers that line, it just, something clicked, and I just couldn't stop laughing. Just the level of sarcasm in that line was great. And then we get the villains, and so far the villains in this season have been my favorite part of this season so far. And I don't know what their plans are, but my original idea that Salem may actually be part Grimm, I think it's more like makes more and more sense. Like, they're starting to talking about how you have to make them dread you. You have to put your control over them. And her character design and her philosophy and her ability to control Grimm makes me think that she may be part Grimm, that she absorbed some powers of the Grimm, or something along those lines. And we see the Grimm that she's controlling, like, she brings out this Grimm creature, and I'm just like, nope. I don't know what that is. The sound it makes, the design of it, it's like a floating jellyfish monster, and I want to kill it with fire. It's such a good design, but it's just so disgusting and creepy at the same time. And it's so weird. I like the design of it, but at the same time, it's like a spider. It looks cool, but you just don't want it anywhere near you, and you hope you never actually have to see one of those. And Salem asks Cinder, after she brings out this creature, Salem asks Cinder this simple little question that has like a huge impact on the actual series, I think. And that's, she asks him, did you actually kill Ozpin? And the way Cinder says yes, you just know. It's like, okay, she's lying. Ozpin is still alive somewhere. And we don't know why Cinder kept him alive, if she just made a decision to not kill him, or if she was unable to kill him. So we don't know what's going on with that. And Salem delivers this line saying that we have to, go back to Beacon to recover the artifact. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. And it's just, the episode ends giving more questions and answers. It's like, what's the artifact? Is Ozpin actually alive? Is Salem actually part Grimm? What is Salem exactly? Will Yang ever get her, ever come back and, get her prosthetic arm put on and then get back out to hunting? So a lot of questions. I'm curious as to what you guys think. The big ones are, what do you think Salem is? Do you think that she's actually part Grimm? Leave some stuff down in the comments on what you think about that. So let me know what you think about, is Salem part Grimm? Is that what's going on? Like, what is Salem exactly? Do you think Ozpin is still alive? Do you think, they have complete control over Grimm, or is it just like the really weak or small ones? I mean, there's a lot of questions here that just went unanswered. That seems to be kind of a repetition thing with Rooster Teeth at the moment that they really need to fix. These first 3 episodes have been almost entirely character development, virtually no story development at all in these episodes here. And yeah, it's a new episode, it's a new world that they have to kind of re-character build to get these new characters out. But at the same time, there's been virtually no plot development. We have no idea what the villain's goals are, what Rwby's goals are, what Blake and Yang's and Weiss's goals are. We don't know what they're trying to achieve. All we know is that they're out there and they're doing stuff. They're out in the remnant and doing things. We really don't know what's going on. And I definitely hope Rooster Teeth changes that soon, because we definitely need a plot development. A story cannot run entirely off characters alone. You definitely need a plot and a conflict to drive the story forward. So hopefully Rooster Teeth will change that pretty soon. But all in all, this episode was an amazing episode. One of the best fight scenes in my opinion. And some great character development, great villain development, and a little bit of plot development at the end with the whole relic thing. So it looks like they are starting to get a bit of a plot going here, and I'd like to see where that goes. All right, so that's going to be it for this little review and discussion. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that Salem actually is part Grimm, or is, what do you guys think Salem actually is? Leave that in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time with another Rwby review. All right, bye.